How's it going, guys? Thank you for coming back to What's Your Drive. This is just me taking out my motor apart. Well, the motor was already out. I'm just taking it apart because it blew up. So that's exactly what you're gonna watch. Remember, I'm not a professional. I'm just taking this apart because I want to learn and I want to see everything that broke on the motor when it blew. So this is what you guys are about to watch now. This is me from the future. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you find this enjoyable and you can learn something from it. So enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? So we back again. We're trying to tear this motor apart. So I was having a hard time getting the crank off, and they make these weighted sockets. I'll show a link where I bought them from Amazon, and then I was able to get that off because I tried to stand on a damn pry bar and like put something wedged in the back so the crank don't spin, and let me tell you, that puppy was not coming off. With the impact gun and the weighted socket, it came off in like literally 2 seconds. So now I'm just gonna continue taking the front end off, like this plate off right here. Clean this freaking mess up because this shit been sitting here ever since we took the motor out of the car. Swap the motors out, putting this one on the ground for a little bit. But try to take everything off. I got all the screws and shit off, you know. There's like a zillion screws going around this thing. Most of them are 10. And then like here, and these were like a 14. But you guys see this? That was my strong ass with a pry bar pulling this thing off, because I was like, oh, maybe it separates like right at the bottom. But nope, come to find out there's 2 screws under this, under the where the oil pan is. So I'm gonna take all of this off now and get that off so I can show you guys. For anybody doing the timing chain or doing the oil gallery gaskets, that's a quick tip. Shit's about to come off. I got a little mallet here, rubber. Fucked up the rubber part, but oh well. The oil spacer right here, I'll show you guys in a minute, has a little lip where you could pry it off, but this fucker was on there. I couldn't get it off, so I had a little hammer persuasion. So now you just what the fuck? Talk about grenade. Jesus Christ. That's what it's called, a VQ smoothie. Right there. That's what happens when you smoothie your VQ. Holy shit. That was completely crazy. I was not expecting it to be that bad. But these are the freaking rings for the pistons. I can't wait to finish taking this shit apart so I can see how cooked the crank and everything is. Holy shit, bro. This shit right here, smoothie. So you guys see how I cracked this? Luckily this thing was already toast, but there's the 2 screws that come from the oil pan. They number 12. They go from the bottom here, boom boom, and then you take those off and the whole plate in the front comes off. So when you get the oil spacer, the spacer for the oil pan, I mean, it comes with this this spacer right here for the pickup tube because it's longer, so it extends it like this much. I'll take it off and I'll show you guys in a second. Don't forget to take that off your car if you blow a VQ and you swap in your turbo kit, because then you're not gonna have enough oil to pick up and then you're gonna blow your motor right away. So you guys see the little spacer? It goes in between the pickup tube and the motor. It has an O-ring on the top and an O-ring at the bottom. Make sure you get it. And when you take it out, make sure you keep track of the screws, because this is what comes with the kit when you buy it. So put that in a Ziploc bag together. And also got the sandwich plate for the oil cooler, which I could buy a new one because I can't reuse the same oil cooler, so I just got to clean it up whenever I go reuse it. So I got the cams and stuff off right there. Got the front plate off, all the timing off. I might need a longer pry bar That shit is tight, and I can't turn and hold the motor at the same time, which is crazy. Almost there though, almost there. So the saga continues. I took one of the heads off, and holy moly, look at that. Look at the hole right there. We'll walk over here. That is cooked. It's kind of supposed to look like this, but look at that, all chewed up and beat up. So I got one more head to take off, but look at this, how it cracked. This is how it's supposed to be. Look at that. Can't wait to see what the other side looks like. In order to get the heads off, you guys see this thing? 36 inches long. Freaking big as hell. And there it goes. I was trying to do this with a regular one, and it did not work. I'm sure if I was like taking this engine apart to rebuild it, I'll follow the proper way to remove the head. Right now I just want it straight. I'm sure it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, like a zigzag thing to loosen up the head evenly. At first I was a little nervous to try to get this off because I felt like the bolt was gonna snap because this shit is tight. Now you get your impact. Now let's bring this closer. Don't do that. If you were to save this head is destroyed, but don't do that. That was crazy. Let me show you guys what happened. So you see it got this guiding pins right here for you to put the head on. I thought it had some down here. I removed it off the guiding pin and it just kind of slid off and fell off. Holy shit. Wow. I'm gonna remove this here and then flip the engine over. I gotta flip this bad boy over, so it's just there's still some coolant and shit in it. It's okay. Got shit to clean up. Oh my God. Holy hell. It's so crazy how bad this thing got destroyed. Look how big this piece is. It's like wedged in there. Wow. Well, technically I disassembled everything, so that's all she wrote, boys. This thing is donezo. So I exposed the crank. Look at that, bro. Look at that pistons, bro. or whatever's left of it, it's supposed to be on that side, is just completely destroyed. Jesus Christ. Some of these bearings don't look too bad. That one is scratched the fuck up. That one is fine. The first one is scratched up. You guys can see that scratch. And on this one looks okay. But wow. Crazy work, man. So yeah, this will finally conclude of all the fuckery about this damn motor. It's completely apart. I don't have the tools to get the pistons off. I'm gonna save this, just put it outside. I want to keep one of the pistons because I want to do a cool like decoration on the wall over there somewhere of like the blown up motor. But this whole side of the cylinder wall is gone. The whole rod is fucking gone. This one just cracked. These are still intact. And the block has a few holes. Has one right here in the back that I showed you guys before. The top of the oil pan blew a hole through there. And then the valves are cooked. So you guys can see the valves right here. And one of the piston stuff. Damn. It took me a while to finally get all this shit off. But it's out of it's completely torn down. Now I get to see everything that was broken. If you guys have any inputs, if you had something like this happen to you with any motor, actually, not just a VQ, I want to hear your story. You know, this is fucking crazy. Literally a 5-cent part. This stupid fuse. I'll show you guys. And there's a lot of shit in the way, but that one is okay. This is what it's supposed to look like. This motherfucker right here. You see that? That's what did this right here. The fuse for the damn fuel pump. So yeah. Motor ran great for a really long time, you know. It really didn't owe me anything. As you guys can see, I'm very transparent about what happened to it. You know, that stupid fuse that blew up is what cost me my engine. I hope that never happens to anybody. As I've learned and, you know, talked to different people, is since it was spliced going from the tank to get it through, I ran it from the inside out, and pretty much I just copied what was already done to the car. So I didn't think nothing of it. Obviously, lesson learned. One of my friends told me that he does with a lot of wiring and shit, that try not to splice it because that might cost the fuel pump and shit not to get enough volts or whatever that it needs. So I need to get a new wiring kit for the pump. Check the top of the top hat, make sure it didn't burn that either. I haven't taken that off yet because the car had a fucking full tank of gas, which is annoying. But that's on the list of things I need to replace for when I put the 2JZ in it. I'm accumulating parts for the JZ. A bunch of stuff was coming in. We were just waiting for the machine shop, honestly, to get an opening so we could drop the motor off. I went to Ford Performance, spoke to Jared, and he doesn't want to take the motor to the machine shop if they don't have, like, if they're not gonna jump on it right away. Because the last thing he needs is for all that shit that we just bought, well, that I just bought, you know, with his advice or whatever, to get, you know, misplaced or lost and then have to buy it again. So we're just waiting for the machine shop to get an opening. And once that is done with the machine shop, it should be straightforward from there, because it's just assembling the motor, bringing it home, you know, putting the transmission on it, and then I got a new manifold, which is badass. I can't wait to show you guys. I'll make a video when I order a little bit more parts. So a new manifold came in. I'm waiting on the exhaust manifold came in. I'm waiting on the new intake manifold to show up. I'm waiting for my e-throttle with the adapter plate and the new throttle body to come in. I ordered some really nice hardware for the exhaust manifold. I'm excited to show you guys and where I got it from. Next thing is probably gonna be ordering the whole intercooler kit, intercooler piping, and the intercooler for it, you know, rated for the power that I need. I already got all this stuff. It's just, it takes time and money. So it was cool. I never taken an engine apart, you know, since this one was broken. It was a good candidate for me to learn of how to take it apart and how the VQ was put together. I didn't follow exactly the guidelines of what people use, let's say, to like build the engine. I was just kind of looking and see what needed to come off in order for me to get the part off. But obviously when you're taking this shit off, when you're gonna take it to the machine shop and rebuild the engine, you want to follow the guidelines, because there's patterns to how the bolts are supposed to come off, you know. So you release the pressure on the engine, I guess, from the inside out. You work your way out from the middle out. On this one, I just went from left to right, left to right, left to right when taking the heads off. Taking these bad boys off right here. So that shit was tight as fuck. You guys saw that damn 36-inch breaker bar that I bought. Come to find out, they make them things in 3/4. So I ordered the 3/4 ones without noticing. So then I got a few adapters, but it worked wonders. I have it now. Like I said before, you know, I still have my Soho turbo kit. The turbo was good. It spins and everything. I took it apart. Nothing's damaged, but since oil and water mixed, I do want to send it out to get rebuilt. You know, I don't want the bearings to be shot or something later down the line when it's some contaminants and it goes through the new engine that I put it in. Not for this car. That's a future project, but I'm just gonna hold on to it because I would love to turbo a G37 sedan or a convertible because it has back seats. So whichever one of those falls into my lap first, you know, at a great deal. Once the Z is done and running good and everything, and it is exactly how I wanted, then I'll jump into that. So that'll be a full project. It will be something simple, it will be quick, and something that I can enjoy with my wife and my baby. Hopefully, you know, I'm gonna try to get an automatic, so like that she could drive it, because this is gonna be a crazy car. And then if we both want to bring the baby and I want to bring this car to the car meet, she could bring that thing. That's enough rambling. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, I want to know if you had any experience like this where your engine blew up due to like something really dumb that you come to find out after you took it apart, like, you know, you found out what happened. So you guys saw it was a freaking fuse that blew, and that's what caused it to blow. But again, it's like, you know, when you're running a fuse from, it's only up from here, you know. It's gonna take time. I don't care if it takes me like the rest of this year and the beginning of next. The car will be done, and I'm taking my time. I want to do everything correctly, buy shit once. Obviously, you saw how that went when I first boosted the VQ. There was a lot of people that told me that this wasn't gonna work and it wasn't gonna last as long as it did. So if you take your time, you do shit once, and you buy quality parts, then you're able to enjoy your car for longer. And that's what I'm here for, to enjoy my car for as long as I possibly can. Now that it's not a daily, I could definitely do her up nice, you know, do everything I wanted to do to it body wise and looks. So that's gonna be awesome. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We got some crazy videos with the boys. You know, their projects are always evolving. I'm very grateful that I get to film, hang out with them, and drive their cars and stuff when they let me. So like I always told you guys, you don't need to have a modified car in order to do car things. So just always keep that in mind. If you have friends that are into cars and you want to get into it, just go hang out. You know, people that have cars, they just love to chit chat. They like to teach you if you want to learn. And then hopefully you become a car person and learn something from it. But yeah, shout out to the boys. You know who you are. Appreciate you guys always looking out, coming out to help me, you know, hanging out, coming over here to install parts at my house. And yeah, check you guys out later. Thank you for watching.